I just want to make a really quick point about packaging. Now, I got this made for Carlsberg, and what this bottle was actually transparent glass, so like this initially, and the brief from them is that they wanted a blue bottle, and they had the color code, I think it's called a hex number, of the color that they wanted. So we dyed the bottle blue for them. Then they wanted a label on it, but they didn't want a sticky label, so they wanted screen printed therefore, but they also wanted the color of the blue in the lettering, but also the red as well. So this is the 3-color screen printing that we did for them on this bottle. And we were not going to give them. So when you're doing small MOQs for fragrances and you're looking at packaging, let's say, if you're looking at packaging, you're not going to get, unless you're going to order 100,000 bottles and pay for the tooling. So for instance, the J'adore bottle, the iconic J'adore bottle, that was made with obviously special tooling, and it's their own design, and they ordered probably hundreds of thousands, maybe millions of bottles of it, to be shipped all around the world. And the same with Chanel, it's their own bespoke bottle. With small MOQs, you're not going to get that. You only want to make 100 perfume bottles, you're never going to get anybody that's going to go, well, I want a bottle that's shaped like an elephant, with a witch's hat. We're going to be like, no, sorry, you can't have that. But what you can do is you can have this, and we'll colour it for you. If you want it like an elephant, we could colour it the colour of an elephant. But other things that you can do is you can design, not design, but you can have this a different colour. So this could be black. It could be gold. It could be rose gold, perhaps. So when you're dealing with packaging companies, you need to ask them the options that are available to make your non-bespoke flacon, flacon is just bottle, to make your non-bespoke flacon more individual and more unique to you. So if this was transparent and a sticky on label, it would look like every other perfume on the planet, but it's not. We dyed it blue. We put this, they quite liked this. It's okay, the transparent, but it's not interfering with the rest of the bottle. Do you know what I mean? It's quite neutral, because the actual flacon, not the cap, was to be the focus of the fragrance. So we made it completely unique, even in the shape. This label is the shape of the bottle that's on the beer. And then they went for the transparent cap. So this is what we did for them, and this is how you can make bespoke fragrances. Bespoke bottles that are not bespoke. You can add elements. I'm going to show you my friend now, Vincent. He's amazing, French. I met him in Grasse when I was studying there in 2016. He's got his own brand called Reminiscent Perfume, and he makes bespoke fragrances, and he's going to come up with his own range. He's getting things organized at the moment. But this is a fragrance that he made for me. But this is a bottle that he sourced. It's in the UK. So he got these in the UK. He'll probably never tell you where he got them from, but I don't expect him to either. But do you see how beautiful this is? I love this. I love bottles that have this thickness at the bottom, because it gives a weightiness. This bottle feels so heavy compared to a lot of others, and he doesn't charge a lot. Now, this is quite simple. I think he does this also himself. He's got like a little printer that he'll do. These are little stickers that he'll put on as well, because if he's just creating one fragrance for one client, then he's not going to buy thousands of the same labels. He wants to be able to individualize and personalize each one. But this is his lid. Hear that? It feels, and there's no like nasty white plastic inside it. It's incredibly heavy, but this is not a bespoke cap. This is an off-the-shelf bottle, and this is an off-the-shelf cap. But what he did do is personalize it and made it for his brand by hand stamping. Yes, I kid you not. He has a kit for it. And he hand stamps, like the envelopes they used to in the days of yore, and they would put the wax seal on the envelopes. Well, this is what this is, and this is what makes his cap so bloody unique. It's so unique. And it's just incredible. It looks expensive. It looks 100 times more expensive than the awful Victoria Beckham perfumes. And the cap on that, oh my God, if you get that perfume, have a look inside the cap. It's awful. It's got like white plastic inside it, and it's so light. And it's really tacky. I'm trying to look where I put them in my studio. I think I put them in a corner. I relegated them to somewhere. But anyway, this is just his bottle. And what he does is... with the, where does he put his label? On this one, on the Carlsberg one, because one of the sections is about labeling and where to put it. Now, these didn't come in a box, so we had no choice but to put the legalities that's required by law on the label. We had to put it directly onto the bottle, and we didn't want it here because it would look ugly. And it doesn't matter that you need a magnifying glass to read it, you know, because that's not the point. It's the fact that we've got the label and it's on the bottom. So if you're going to be selling perfumes without boxes, which a lot of people are gearing towards nowadays, if you're doing it without boxes, then you will probably do this, and you will have your label, no matter how small it is, for you to read. Can I focus on it? No. Anyway, that's an option. Put it on the bottom. It looks really ugly on the actual glass, but look how tiny that is. That's like the size, I'm not kidding, of like the top of my thumb. So there you go. That's an option of where to put your label. And what Vincent did is, this is his box. Now, it's not just any box. It's a beautiful box. It's a map of the world, because it's about whatever scent that might have inspired you, or whatever scent might, that's why it's called reminiscent. You might reminisce about perhaps lemons and the Amalfi Coast and the smell of oregano and fresh basil on a pizza, you know, and it reminds you of that. And it might have been a time when you were falling in love with that special someone in Italy, on the Amalfi Coast. It's quite phallic as well, isn't it? Anyway, so yeah, so this could be any place around the world. So that's why he's done it. And it's beautiful. It's absolutely beautiful. He'll probably never tell me where he got it. I'll probably get him drunk when I meet him in May in Grasse and ask him. But what it also doubles as is that this is how the perfume comes in it. So he's got the branding on the front here as well. Okay. But the bottle sits in it as well. So it's not just a box that you're gonna chuck away. You know, it's just beautiful. It's absolutely stunning. And there's no label on it because he's got the label on the packaging, on the bottom of the actual box. And he's got all of the things that are required by law that you will see an example of in your ebook. So when you're looking at packaging as well, it's this video was about showing you placements as well for your labels, but also his brand on the top of the box too, which is, I think, really a beautiful touch. And then he actually seals it with, I took it off actually, and I stuck it in here because I didn't want to get rid of it. But this as well is a little foil stamp, but it's stamped with his brand on it, and it came sealed like this, you know, and it was like that. And then when he sent it to me, it came in a regular box because this is the only packaging that he has, but it's protecting your bottle. What it's doing is, sorry, I've gone off on a tangent. I'll go back to that. When he sent it, he sent a little note, you know, a handwritten note, and I thought that was a beautiful touch as well. But what this also does is, you know, the two biggest enemies of perfume that will reduce their shelf life is light and heat. So of course you can see the juice in this, and a lot of people actually like to see the juice. I like this bottle because I like to see this. It shows, it's got a luxe feel. But also, I like to see the colour of it, because perfume, depending on the ingredients, especially oriental fragrances and chypre fragrances, they tend to have a more ambery colour. And I always think that's really beautiful to look at. But what this box is serving, and like I said, not going to be something that's going to be disposable and you're going to throw away. You can keep it in your bathroom. So if you're traveling, perhaps it's protecting it. So, you know, you don't need to like put it inside a shoe. In the case of my stepson, brought me some samples out one time and put them in his brand new suede shoes, and they smashed when they were in his suitcase. He's never forgiven me because they couldn't get rid of the stain or the smell on his brand new tan suede shoes. So that is serves a great purpose. So when you look at packaging, look at things that can be used with intention and that people can. I'm going to show you the Chanel one, but you know, this, it's protecting it, but also when it's in your bathroom, and if you've got a lot of light in your bathroom like I do, pop it on and it protects the shelf life and the integrity of your fragrance. But let me show you the Chanel one if I can find it. Hold on. Here. And this is apparently my husband, because he always buys me Chanel, I'll never buy it for myself. This is what the Chanel number 5 was in. And this is biodegradable. I'm not sure how happy I am about that, because it's biodegradable. That means it's going to rot in a few years. So it won't ever be able. Now, is that right? Or is it just if it's on a compost heap, it will degrade? If I'm going to keep it here in my studio, is it just going to like rot and fall to pieces? I hope not. But apparently my husband has it on good authority from the lady at the Chanel counter in duty free that this is the route that Chanel number 5 are going down, is rather than having a perfume and then having it in a box that people are going to chuck away, they're going to put it in this, that if you do chuck it away, then it's biodegradable. But also, why would you want to chuck it away? Because it looks gorgeous. It is a gorgeous box, and this is what the flacon comes inside of. And this is where they've got their labelling and their barcode on the back of it. And this obviously is telling you all of a great big list of allergens on there. But yeah, I just think this is also a really another nice idea, and then another idea of where to, you know, put your labelling and stuff. So that's it. I finished that one now, and let me know if you have any questions about the section. I've not finished on the packaging section, but I've finished on the creating bespoke fragrances. Actually, I haven't. I'm going to do another short video right now because it's about things that you can do when you're going to go for you're going to approach a perfume house and say, I want something that smells like this, because you might have like a really old classic perfume that you want a twist on that might be discontinued. I'm going to do a really short video about that just to give you some inspiration, because we don't want your perfume to smell like every other person on the planet. Okay? Get into that soon.